What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. And might be the last one for a while. Not quite sure. I got to get some stuff worked out. Uh I've been on a pretty bad losing streak here recently. Just I don't know what's gotten into me. Just been kind of gambling here recently. I took one really good trade today and probably should have just called it after that. But instead, I decided to try to go against what the market was telling me, and I paid the price. Today was a really good trend day down, pretty much one time frame down. Majority of the day, we go out with an outside day down, triple distribution, afternoon rally high, and a price probe to the downside, and we are getting close to our daily low. On the checklist today, we opened up with a gap, completely higher value, ended up becoming overlapping on both sides, so basically unchanged by the end of the day. But it was overlapping to higher at one point in time. Then we filled the gap in B period. We got our overnight low. We started the one time frame down. We eventually got our initial balance low. We had single prints in B period. We have the opening, right? So all of these things were in seller's favor. There was no reason for me to ever look for a long, and I did. I actually took a really good trade in, I'm trying to think of it. What time frame was that? Let me look on my notes here. I took a short in E period, but that was near the lows. And so I got out quickly because it was not a good risk reward short. Even though we were one time framing down, we're attempting to create another small set of single prints in E period. They didn't hold. So, because you got A, B, C, D, E right here on this push down, right? We got into that 11Y point of control. I was looking, for a short, but we were around that 11Y point of control, 71. So, and the tempo really wasn't there. So I got out of that trade for break even. And then I waited for a better risk reward short. F period pushed up, got near E's high, where I got in a short at, where did I get? Oh, I entered at 76.75, and I had my stop at 78.75. So I was risking 2 points, right? I didn't want to stay in the trade all the way up here. I could have re-entered. So the short was the play. And the goal was to get back near the low day or continue to one time frame down. So it was to defend the one time framing down and continue that by setting a new low in the day, hopefully in that time frame. So we pushed down. I exited at 71.75, and I was happy to take that trade off. It was a really good trade. And then I took a long in the next time frame. After we had set the got near the low, we hadn't taken out F's low yet. Right, we hadn't taken out F's low yet, so I was like, maybe they'll hold this, rotate up, and we'll get an afternoon rally high because they couldn't hold trend in E period, and we were kind of getting stuck in the mud around that 71 level. So I was like, let me get long. Stopped out of that for a pretty much lost everything that I made on that good short in F. And then I got short again, not short, excuse me. I got long again in fucking M period. Of all the time frames I want to trade, M period, the most sporadic of them all, I decided to take a long right here around the low of day. I was not expecting them to hold trend. I was kind of looking for them to rotate back up, but this market clearly had other things in mind. I entered at 59.75. It was quick, brief moment. I could have taken the trade off at 61. Very quick, brief moment. But I was looking for the single prints to get filled at 64.50, and that's where I was looking to get out of the trade. And this is where I messed up, okay? And this is something that I've been doing here recently, and I got to become better at. And a lot of my losses this week have stemmed from this one fucking problem. Excuse my language, but I'm really pissed off at myself here. I got entered at 59.75 against the market generated information, right? We're one time framing down. It's in period. You should never trade in period because of how crazy it can be sometimes. But instead, I decided to get long, looking to fill the set of single prints above at 64.50. I had my stop at 55.25, okay, which is way too much risk, and then not only did I have it too much, I ended up moving my stop down to 53.25, which is below this low day. I was all right. I was like, okay, we'll give it a little breathing room and see, how much they really want to push down. And sure enough, they fucking come down and probe and get down to 52. So clearly I got stopped out. Had on size there. Ended the day down a grand 75. So about, close to $1,100 on the day after commissions is what I lost. Just absolute garbage trading for me, and probably down like net fucking 10,000 this week or some shit like that. I don't even know. Don't even want to look, to be honest. Just know that over the last several days inside of this whole choppy mess, I've been getting smoked. So that is my trades for the day. Like I said, we go out with a triple distribution day down. And an outside day down. So tomorrow we look to see if we open below where we probed, which is 57. If we open below 57, which is the most positive thing for sellers, look to rotate down to our daily balance low of 44.75, which is also last week's low. If we take out that level, we put the weekly back into a balance, and then the daily begins to one time frame down, and we should have no issue at that point taking out these other destinations on the downside, getting 37.75, getting 24.50, and getting down to 12.75. However, if we cannot open below 57, or rather, even if we can't open below, let's just say 64.50, okay? Let's just put it that way. If we can't open below 64 tomorrow and push lower, take out today's low and get that balance low, this market will rotate back up and get this 9Y point of control that we missed today. We missed getting that 9Y point of control by 2 ticks. We got right up to it and just missed hitting it. So 98 was that 9Y point of control back from the 1st of December, and we just missed it by 2 ticks. So yeah, we're going to mark these destinations really, really quick. Look at the daily time frame. Just kind of reiterate what our daily balance looks like, and then get out of here. And I'm going to kind of question myself. I can't just keep doing the same shit over and over, right? That's insanity, right? So I'm trying to figure it out. Clearly, this isn't a very easy profession or hobby by any means, right? It can cause a lot of mental stress. And whenever you already deal with stress on a daily basis, it just kind of amplifies or, multiplies that stress level. So this is a difficult thing to work with. High day, 97.50. We have single prints that fill at 87. We'll mark those, so those get filled at 87. Single prints fill. Label it as such. We have single prints that start at 84.50. So they start and fill. They start at 84.50, fill at 87. Single prints. I can't even fucking type right. But yeah, clearly upset with myself. Anybody that is watching this, hopefully you're trading better than me, and if you don't trade, then hopefully your life is going fucking fantastic, because right now I'm going through it, son. Going through it. It's a fucking battle. It's be honest. It is a battle. Afternoon rally high. Label it as such. And see, the fucked up thing is I can sit here and I can look at a chart and I can read it and I can tell you what happened, why it happened that way to an extent. You know, the market was, it had gotten too long, right? We opened with a gap. The market was too long. Buyers got caught up here. We liquidated. Shorts piled in. Caused us to one time frame down. And each and every low, people like my dumbass self was trying to buy that low, kept getting liquidated, and look what happened. We ended up with an outside day down. See, I can read that and I can tell you that, right? But for some fucking reason, I can't be the smart guy that on each and every single push up against the previous time frame's high, to get in a short, right? Instead, I'm the dumbass that is buying the low, right? Where you're, most likely going to push through because there's plenty of supply. So that's just the frustrating part about this whole trading journey is I'm at a point where I can see the market and I can read the market, but taking the right side of the trade and being patient has got me messed up. I'm thinking about money too much. I'm not thinking about the trade is really how it's going. I'm thinking about money and I'm not thinking about the trade. Single Princeville here. So I think that's what's got me messed up because clearly, just like anybody, I assume that is an average human being, they're dealing with money problems all the time, right? So that kind of, and it's hard to block that out from your personal life into this hobby, right? Where we do nothing but deal with money. So maybe I need to get that fixed out or figured out before, I turn profitable. Who fucking knows? But it's definitely causing some issues here for me because I'm just trying to make some money in this market without risking my own. And clearly, it's not working. I've been funded. I've done these accounts. I believe this is the 36th time. And out of the 36th time, I've been funded, I believe, 5 times. And not a single time have I been paid out from it. So that's kind of the struggle about, right? You can get funded, quote unquote funded, right? Because it doesn't matter if you can't fucking make profit anyway. But when you're a struggling trader, it's not the worst thing, but it's definitely something that is difficult to say the least. And I'm nowhere near perfect by any means. Why is this extended so fucking far? Sorry, I gotta fix this. Aggravating. Why is that extended so far? Oh shit. 45. 57. And sorry about my rant. Actually, no, fuck that. I'm not sorry. If you stuck it out through the end, congratulations. Congratulations. 52. And honestly, I get on YouTube, right? And I watch videos trying to better my strategy and stuff like that. I hate it. Kind of irritates me to see how not perfect, but how little a lot of these other traders out here show truly what they're doing wrong, right? All I ever see is profit videos. I never really see videos on people taking losses or explaining the reason behind it. Not only was it because they might list out, all right, the market was going down and I got long, and so I got out. They're not listing the problems behind all that, right? Psychologically, right? The things that they got going on in their lives. They don't get into that. Me, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna let you know how it is. I'm fucking struggling, and it's a pain in my ass, to be honest. I'm just out here struggling to make ends meet in the real world, and here I am fumbling the bag with fake ass money, trying to make it make it work, right? So that's just how it is. But here we are, outside day down. Let's go over our plan for tomorrow. Okay, like I said, we have a triple distribution day down. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the 3 distributions. We're gonna treat them as separate days, right? Because the single prints act as gaps. All right, keep that in mind. Single prints act as a gap. And then we have our triple distribution here. So upper distribution being 97.50 to 87. Middle distribution 84.50 to 64.50, a much larger range, right? 20 points. And then you have the lower distribution 61 down to 52. Positive thing for sellers is to open up below the price probe of 57. The best thing overall for sellers is to open up below 64 or the middle distribution, right? Because if you get acceptance back into this middle distribution, you will get the afternoon rally high. You will eventually go fill these single prints, and then you will rotate back up to 98 and then ultimately test our balance high again. We got within 10 points of that. The crazy thing is today's high is not too far off from what our previous balance high was at one point in time, right? We had from the 29th of November, we were looking at 97 as our balance high until we stretched it here on the 1st, right? And then look at what's happened. We got up here, we sold off, outside day down. So sellers want to see us take out 44.75. Weekly low, we take that. Daily goes to one time framing. Down, weekly goes to balance. Okay. We'll briefly look at that. We keep in mind we have gaps below, right? When do they get filled? Who fucking knows? It's a good opportunity for us to get there at some point in time. Not anytime soon. I'm kind of assuming just the way this market's been held up. 20-day moving average creeping up now at 33.84. Let's get this. Oop, wrong thing. Let's look at our daily balance. There's our balance. Sorry, I had a yawn. Been up since like 12:30 this morning for my first job. Anyway, balance 46.07.75 down to 45.44.75. You can see we got near our balance high today and our balance low. So clearly a whole lot of chop and a lot of fucking indecision going on right here. So the market really, really needs to make up its mind. And maybe I stop trading. Maybe that's my condition from here on out. Maybe I don't trade until we start to one time frame on the daily again, whether that's to the downside or to the upside, because clearly inside of this fucking range here, I'm getting absolutely mollywopped. And I'm sure there are plenty of other traders out there. They're probably just too afraid to say that they're, lose at their wits end, losing their money, losing their confidence. And I'm being quite honest with you guys. I have absolutely no fucking confidence. Whether or not I continue to do this in the future after being 4 years deep and not seeing a single cent of profit, I'm at a point where it's like, do I continue? At what point do you draw the line? So I'm sure there's a lot of us that are getting chopped up in this shit, questioning their lives and what they're doing with it. And I'm definitely one of those people. So here we are, 20-day moving average, 33.84, or rounded up 34, or rounded down 33.75. 50-day at 4,400, 200 at 43.26, all curling up. So it'll be interesting to see what we do if we ever get below the 20-day moving average. Because if we do, and we find acceptance below that, and we find acceptance below this balance, and we start to one time frame down on the daily, and we get the weekly back into a balance, there's a pretty nice range before we get to that gap fill. You're looking at about 95 points to the downside, and then another 120 till we get to that 50-day moving average. So with all that being said, in my crazy ass rant. I hope you all have a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys in the next fucking video. See ya.